In this video, I want to discuss the colon, or the large intestine. We'll label some things, or at least I will discuss them in color. Now, we will do this in class, but as we begin ourselves, I often tell this as if we're thinking about the colon like it were a particular subdivision that you might live in. Now, when we come in, it is a gated community. We leave the small intestine via the last part called the ileum. And I'm drawing this in orange. Now there is a sphincter here called the ileocecal valve, which will empty into this portion of the large intestine known as the cecum. So I've colored the cecum and circled it here in a purple for the cecum. Since it's a gated community, it comes in, and the cecum is a blind pouch, so this is the cul-de-sac. Now, there are different portions of this, and I'm going to draw, as we come from the cecum, it's part of what we call the ascending colon. So the ascending colon here in green is the ascending colon, this region. Now, we take a turn on from the ascending colon as we turn, and in red, this bend is called the hepatic flexure or the right colic flexure. As we, in blue here, take this section of colon, the transverse colon. Now, as we leave the transverse colon, I'm going to use black here, and we're going to outline this one, the left colic flexure, or the splenic flexure. The right is also known as the hepatic flexure, the left is also known as the splenic flexure, where we will then become descending colon. Now I'm going to erase the ileum here just so I can use this orange so I don't confuse you guys. The descending colon is here in orange. Now we'll hit the sigmoid flexure and become the sigmoid colon. And we're going to use gray for the sigmoid colon. It's the lowest half, where we end in the rectum. Now, if we think about this, let me erase all these colors so I can show you guys some of the other structures. Now, some minute structures. Let's draw the vermiform appendix here and color it in green. The appendix comes off the bottom of our cecum. It was previously an extension of the cecum. Now, as we continue on, I'm going to use purple. If the colon is a subdivision, the road running down it is Tenei coli lane. Tenei coli muscle is the purple stripe running down the middle, and it's a muscle that constricts the colon, causing folds. Now these folds, I'm going to draw them in orange. These are the haustra. So there are haustra on either side of the Tenei coli. Like there are houses on both sides of the lane inside of a subdivision. So there are haustra on both sides of Tenei coli lane. Now, we do end in the rectum, which has the internal and external anal sphincter where fecal matter is stored. But one of the things that the colon does is produce feces, absorb biotin and vitamin K, other sorts of things like that. Now, as we look at the major colon regions, the cecum, the ascending, transverse colon, descending, and sigmoid colon, and the three major flexures, this should help you guys understand the major colic regions. Now, of course, there are haustra, all those folds of the haustra. But this concludes my video on the portions and anatomy of the colon. Thank you.